Hello everyone, just want to bring you a quick video to watch while you run your next Schools Out GDA up if they ever decide to fix it. This is going to be a triple kind of video, so I'm going to be going through a rank up kind of explanation, food slash tier list, that's kind of two in one there, to basically tell you what kind of characters are good and what kind of characters are bad. Before we get into the in-depth information, just a big shout out to Electric 7 Titan for his tier list, which I'm going to be basing a lot of my ideas off of, and Philly, who's been making some really sexy infographics, which you can check out on the Discord and on the subreddit as well. So make sure you go join them and check them out. So starting off with rank ups, I split them into two kind of rank ups. We've got inner rarity and upgrade and rarity. So inner rarity is, for example, elite to elite plus, exceptional to exceptional plus. You stay in the same rarity, keep the same color. They require exact character duplicates. And then upgrade and rarities is where you go from elite to exceptional, exceptional to epic, for example, where you change the color. They require factional duplicates, and the reason why that's important is some characters are really good. You don't want to be wasting them on faction duplicates, and some characters are just absolute ass that you might as well just use them for factional duplicates. Of course, with the really good characters, you have to use them for the inner rarities, but if you minimize how much you can speed up a lot. So through epic, legendary, and seismic, you have to go through a 5-star system where you need an elite plus exact copy. And if you save as much of the good characters as you can whip through those stages quite quickly. I'm going to be splitting these kind of tiers into three. So the first one, which is going to be at the bottom, is breakfast. These are the important ones that you should always be eating because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So if you eat them, more or less. There's snack, which is going to be the next tier up. Eat them if you want. You don't have to. If you're feeling peckish, you might as well grab them while you can. And then at the top, we've got never, which translates to basically the god tier characters that you shouldn't be wasting on factional duplicates. And just to add a disclaimer, obviously for collection purposes, if you're a collector, keep one of every character if you want. That's what I've done as well. And in general, the general theme you'll see is all rares are dinner. So looking at Philly's kind of rank up requirements infographic, we can see that as you go up, you can see, for example, going through the entire epic rarity, you need 288 rares, which is just ridiculous. So all your rares shouldn't really be going any further than elite because it's just so much kind of resources you have to delve into it. In comparison to 14 elite characters, which is a ridiculously low amount of copies that you need. So instead of doing everything by their roles, I'm going to be splitting this into the 4 different sections, which is the 4 different factions. I just find it a bit simpler to kind of do a tier list and also a food list as well, kind of in one like that. We're going to start off with the smallest of the game, which is From Worlds Beyond. So as I mentioned, all the rares of food or breakfast are Damien Darkblood and Flaxen Leader. They don't really input too much. Damien Darkblood does have some potential to be alright, but in general, he's not that great. So yep, those two should always be your breakfast. There's not really a snack because there's only one other character at the moment, which is Alan. I believe Alan is a pretty solid tank at the moment, so you never use him. And to be honest, all of those Damien Darkbloods, all of those Flaxen Leaders, you just pump into Alan straight away. Based on my previous video, Battle Beast is coming very soon, so maybe we'll have a snack, maybe we'll have another never eat. So moving on to the criminals faction now. So for breakfast we've got Magmaniac, Kursk, Tether Tyrant, and Isotope as our rares that should always be breakfast. I've also got both the melee and ranged Maul twins down as breakfast because I don't really see any potential in them. They have good synergies between the two, I believe, but you need to collect so many of them to be able to make a proper working team, and it's just so much waste of resources to try and get them both. There's no one in the snack section, which means all of the characters I've just mentioned should be pumped into Titan. He's an absolute beast for early game tanking. We'll go into a bit later. So moving on to the next faction, which is the Global Defense Agency. It's a bit of a bigger faction compared to the other two. But starting off from breakfast, we've got all of our rares, which are Rex, Duplicate, and Black Samson. I need to say no more. This time we do have some snacks though. We've got Bulletproof. I find he is good from time to time. He has some good damage, but it doesn't keep up as well as some of the other people. We've got Shrinking Ray. She has some pretty good abilities, but again, it's not as powerful as some other people we're going to mention in a second. And the Mortal as well, it's going to be a very controversial one. He's an okay tank, but compared to other tanks we have in the game, he just isn't keeping up with them. There's currently an in-game event where you can grab a Mortal, but yeah, he can't keep up. He's an old man. And then going on to the top tier, which is our Never section, we've got Monster Girl. She is an absolutely crazy tank. She has a pretty big health pool. At an Epic Plus, she gets this crazy healing effect, which is insane. So she'll be able to take a lot of damage and stay alive for quite a long time. We've also got Robot. Now, Robot is perhaps one of the most important people in the game, especially going into the late game. His team healing is absolutely insane. And it's just crazy how much he does. He has this healing ring as well that he unlocks at Exceptional Plus as well, which does crazy bits as well. So he should never be used as food. And now on to the last, final, and biggest, I believe at the moment, faction, which is Earth Defenders. This is the tricky one, which we'll see in a second. But starting off with breakfast, we've got Darkwing, Marshman, and Aquarius. They're the rares. I've also got Warwoman down because her hammer is made out of sponge, so it doesn't really do too much damage. For snack, there's someone in the Discord that's going to hate me, but I've got Red Rush as a snack. He is a pretty good support, but he doesn't keep up with other supports in the game. So for me personally, he's a snack. And then going on to Never, so you should avoid using as food at all times. We've got Invincible, absolutely insane damage dealer. I think he has the highest attack in the game at the moment. We've got Omni-Man, same thing. He's got a pretty high attack, and he's got some big cheeks as well, according to some pictures I've seen. So you should never be using him. We've got Atom Eve as well. She synergizes amazingly with Invincible because of Earth's Last Defense or something tag, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. But yeah, absolutely insane support. She has these shields that basically she basically turns everyone into a tank, and healing as well from these shields that you get later on in the ranking ups. And finally, we've got Green Ghost. Now, I've seen a little bit of Green Ghost hate recently, but I love her. She's in my main team at the moment. So I don't see any problems with her, and she's incredible. Her support, the invisibility that she has, it's a lifesaver. With the Earth Defenders though, because there are four pretty much never use, there's so many people to be ranking up, so you may want to consider using one of those characters as food, but I think for the long term, you might need to focus on one character at a time. At the moment, I'm currently focused on Invincible, Atom Eve, and Green Ghost, and I'm struggling like hell at the moment. That's where it comes down to your personal opinion on who you like, really. So that's my quick summary of food. All the people at the top are considered god tier in the game, so these are the characters you should be focusing on campaign if you want. There's also my quick description of ranking ups as well. If this video helps you, then hit the like, hit the subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you think I'm wrong. Make sure you join the Discord and the subreddit. I'll leave links down below. And remember, all of this is my own personal opinion. I'm just a guy named Francis. Have a good day.